Hi, I'm Sandy Genovese and welcome to this episode of the Ellison Education video series. You know, when I attend trade shows, the question that I get asked most frequently is about how often you need to change or sharpen the blades on the dies. And the answer is never, never, ever. Because instead, you need to periodically flip or eventually replace the cutting pad, which is what the blades are cutting into. Now I have several samples here. They come in different sizes because they work in several different machines. This is a pair of cutting pads that are the standard size, and then underneath these cutting pads, which haven't been used as much, here's like a brand new one, this is the extended size. I'm going to be cutting on the Big Shot Pro, so I'm going to be using the cutting pad that actually comes with this machine. Now I want to start by cutting with the SureCut die, and this is the die I'm going to use. This is the iguana, and I've already cut him, but I'm going to show you how I cut all the parts and pieces. So it's a wood back die. In the Big Shot Pro, this needs to be placed with the blade side up, and then I'm going to take 5 pieces of construction paper and place it against the blade. And here's where the cutting pad comes into play. I now place this over the top, and I want you to listen, because if I'm quiet, you should be able to hear a little crackling sound. That sound is normal. Nothing is breaking. It's just the sound of the blade connecting with the cutting pad itself. Also, look at the surface. You can see the faint impression of that iguana and some of the other dies that I've cut. That is normal. If you look at one like this, eventually you'll have tons and tons. Now, when you've used this, it's important, because you're cutting into this, occasionally you want to flip. Just keep moving, flip it and use it this way for, 10 or 20 impressions, and then flip it back. Just continually flip it. However, eventually, if you have used it so much that the grooves are very deep, that's when you go to cut something and it doesn't cut well in one spot, then that means that it's time to actually replace it. Now this is cutting with a SureCut die, and you can see, of course you want to see how beautifully it cuts all 5 of those iguanas. But iguanas show you something else. If I want to take, these are the plastic back dies. Now, whether you're using the red All-Star dies or the black Biggs dies, the profile of the die is the same. So when you cut these in the Big Shot Pro, what you need to do is take the machine. It also comes with the adapter pad, which you place down there, and then you need to add the crease pad, and you're adding the height to accommodate for the difference between the height that you need for the plastic back dies. So this also goes with the blade side up, and I'll bring back over 5 more pieces of paper, and I'm going to go ahead, place it on to the die, and then put the cutting pad over the top and roll it through. You'll hear the sound again. Sometimes it's louder than others. And now I've cut, this was a heart 4-up die. So I've cut lots of hearts because I'm going to turn these hearts into a really fun thank you card. Now, notice that the impressions of these show. It's helpful for you to alternate the placement of your die so that you get really good coverage, and move it all around so that you've got all parts of your cutting pad end up being used. If you have a die that doesn't seem to be cutting completely through 5 sheets of standard construction paper, it probably means that it's either time to flip or to change the cutting pad.